Okay, it worked. That's gonna be nice. Now, this question. If I give you that the axis of symmetry's got to be -3/8 and you create your own function, there's several correct answers. There's not one unique correct answer. There's an infinite amount. So, axis of symmetry, you got to memorize -b over 2 times a, and it needs to equal a -3/8. So I'm supposing I want my b to be 3. Let b equal 3. And then I want my a, it's got to end up at 8, and I've got to have a 2, so a is going to be 4. Because 2 times 4 is 8. So will that work? If b is 3 and a is 4, x equals -b over 2 times a. That's it. So easy, easy, easy. A is 4, b is 3. C can be whatever you want. C can be 1,000. If you got your a, b, and c, you can write an equation simple. Y equals 4x squared plus 3x plus 1,000. There's an equation that will give you a line of symmetry at -3/8. Okay, these next 3 are all calculator, but I'm not going to, so it doesn't work good. So, we'll just walk you through it. Type this in your calculator, -16x squared plus 30x plus 10. And then I'll do it and then give you the answer so you can kind of check your answers. Oh, plus 30x plus 10. Okay, A, how long is it in the air? Dang, I think I typed it wrong. -16x squared plus 30x plus 10. Oh, I did type it wrong. Dang it. Alright, there we go. Holy cow. Alright. Okay, it is in the air. I got 24 seconds? No. That's how high it goes. It is going to go all the way up to 24 feet. Okay, so what is this? She's a skier. So she goes down one of those ramps. It launches her in the air. How high is she in the air? So I just did C. So to earn the bonus, you gotta hit 20 feet. I think she hits 24 feet. So yeah, she's gonna get the bonus. Okay, how long is she in the air? A. So I want to see when she hits the ground. She's gonna hit the ground at 2.1 seconds. So she's not in the air very long. When is she going to hit 15 feet? She's going to hit 15 feet twice. 15 feet. She's going to hit once going up at about like 0.2 seconds. And then once coming down, like 0.75 seconds. Okay, now, these guys, you need to graph them. So you need to graph x squared minus 10x. Type that in, hit enter. And then you want to look and see where it crosses at -16. -16, it's going to cross twice. It should cross once, what was it? Once at 2 and once at 8. Those will give you 16s, -16s. This one, x squared minus 5x, type this in and look at the graph. And its graph is like something like this. When is it going to equal 0? It is never going to equal 0. Here's 0 right here. It's never going to come down and touch that low. So it's no solution. Okay, roots. Roots are zeros. They are x-intercepts. So there is a root and there is a root. If you're looking at a picture, roots are super easy to find. They're where they cross the x-axis. So one of the roots lies between two integers, 0 and -1. 0 and -1 is right there. That is not a root. 1 and 2. Here's 1, here's 2. There's nothing between 1 and 2. That's done. 2 and 3. 2 and 3, there's nothing there. 0 and 1. It's got to be 0 and 1. Yes, between 0 and 1, there is a root. Okay, graph the function 8x squared. Okay, I'm going to use vertex model. A x minus h squared plus k. My a is 8. My h, there's not one. My k, there's not one. So 0, 0 is my vertex. From my vertex, dilation is 8. So I'm going to go up 8 over 1. And there we go. It's kind of a bad connecting the dot, but this middle one, a, is also 8. H this time is 9, and k is 0. So the minus is not part of the number. The minus is part of the model. So I'm going to go to the right 9 and 0. And then I'm going to go up 8 and over 1, up 8 over 1. So there we go. Your parabola should look like that. The last one, your a is 4. Your h is actually a -9, and k is a -7. Because there has to be a minus. It's 4x minus a -9 squared minus 7. So my h is a -9. That means I'm going to go 9 left. I'm going to go down 7. There's my vertex. Up 4 over 1. There's my next. There we go. Okay, these, you need to take the original, which is x minus 4 plus 2. Now look, if you graph that real quick, all you're doing is going to the right 4, up 2, and it looks like that. Okay, let's translate it 2 units to the right. So I want to go over 2 times, 4 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So your vertex is going to be moved to here. And then reflected over the x-axis. So here we go. X minus 4. I want to go, what do I want to go? I want to go 2 to the right. So I'm going to add 2, because that's positive direction. And then I want to go 4 units down. I'm going to subtract 4. So here we go. It's going to be x, 4 plus 2, that's going to be minus 6. And then these guys are a -2. And then reflect it over the x-axis. You need to put a negative. That'll flip it over. So that's it. That's your answer. What if you take the same and dilate it by a factor of 4? So you're going to times it by 4. You're going to go 6 units left. Okay, now left is a negative. So you're going to go -6. And it was plus 2, and you're going to go 2 units up, so you're going to add another 2. So your final answer is going to be 4. X minus 4 minus 6, that's going to, hold on. X minus, because the minus is part of the problem. There we go. And 4 right, and then 6 left. 4 minus 6 is a -2. So it's really x plus 2 squared, and 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 4. So there we go. So this has got to be a plus. Okay, now dilate it by a factor of 1/2, so your a is going to be 1/2. Translate it back to the origin. The origin is easy. Origin is 0 and 0, so you got nothing in the parentheses, you got nothing outside of the parentheses. 0, 0, so it's just going to be 1/2 x squared. Then flip it over the x-axis, -1/2 x squared. That's it. Okay, drag and drop. Which one matches which? This one's going to be easy. That's got to be 2. 2 is going to give you a, because of the negative. The negative is going to make it open down. And 4 is going to give you b, because it's going to cross at 4. Your y-intercept is going to happen at 4, which it does right there. Okay, now these two are not as easy. So I'm going to find the line of symmetry, because they both open up and they both have crazy intercepts. That's 32, that's 49, they're way up there. So if I find let's look at this guy right here. A is 1, B is a negative 14, C is 49. If I find the line of symmetry, it's going to be a negative B divided by 2 times A. So it's going to be 14 over 2, it's going to be 7. So which one of these crosses at 7? This guy right here. So C is going to be 3, and that means 1 is D. So sometimes you might have to find a line of symmetry, figure out where they cross. Okay. A quadratic function G has a max that's 3 times greater than the minimum of f. Okay, here's f right here. The minimum is right here. The minimum, the lowest it gets is 2. So the minimum is 2. So if I have a max that's 3 times the minimum, my max has to be 6. So write a function that could describe a max of 6. Okay, if it's going to have a max, I know that it needs to be upside down. So it's going to be negative x. Okay, I don't care about sliding left or I could go like 4 to the right, but I need to go up 6. So something like that will give me the max of 6. So this is really not important. What is important is this guy right here's got to be negative, and this got to be 6 if you do vertex form. Okay, now f of x, so it has nothing to do with this stuff up above it. F of x has a maximum in quadrant 2. Quadrant 2 is this one right here. Here's quadrant 2. So if it's got a maximum, then it's going to look something like this. Okay, does this have a max in quadrant 2? So you can go left 4, up 2, and it's negative, so yes, that one does. Oof, what the heck is this? X plus 2, x plus 6. I gotta erase. So x plus 2, x plus 6. Let's distribute it through. So let's go x squared plus 6x plus 2x plus 12. So it's going to be x squared plus 8x plus 12. Okay, but now there's a negative out there. So that negative's got to go to everything. It's going to be negative x squared, negative 8x, negative 12. So the question is, let's find your line of symmetry. Line of symmetry is going to be negative b, negative 8 over 2 times a, 2 times negative 1. So that's going to be 8 over negative 2. 8 over negative 2 is negative 4. So negative 4, your line of symmetry is going to be right there. The question is your vertex here in quadrant 3, or is your vertex up here in quadrant 2? So to find the vertex, plug this in. So it's going to be negative, whatever you plug in for x, square it, minus 8, minus 12. And let's put in place of the x, let's put a negative 4, negative 4. So negative 4 squared, that's 16. 16 negatives. Negative 4 times negative 8 is a positive. 32 minus 12. So let's see what that is. Negative 16 plus 32 minus 12 is 4. So if I plug in a negative 4, it's going to spit out a 4. So left 4, up 4 is my vertex. So yeah, that will work also. That ends up in quadrant 2. Okay, let's see if these last two are yeses or nos. Oh, so the first two are good. They both work. This one. Let's do the bottom one. Okay, the bottom one. Because it's easy, so easy to graph. Just go right 4 up 2, right 4 up 2. So that's a no. Oops. So that's a yes, yes, no. Negative 2x squared minus 4x. Gosh, just punch it in your calculator. If you were to type it in your calculator and then see if it matches up in quadrant 2, that's probably the fastest, best way to do it. So if they somehow on the Sage, you can use calculators on Sage, so that'd be legit, that'd be fair game. But if for some reason there was no calculator allowed, then you'd have to find your line of symmetry. Negative b divided by 2a, 2 times negative 2, so that's going to be 4 over a negative 4. That's negative 1, so there's your line of symmetry, so could be negative 1. Now take negative 1 and plug it in right there. Negative 1 squared is a positive 1. Positive 1 times negative 2 is a negative 2. Negative 1 times negative 4 is a positive 4. So negative 2 plus 4 is 2. So that means we're going to go left 1 and up 2. Left 1 up 2 dot yes. Because that's negative, I know it's got to open down. So the first 3 work. Alright, last page. A parabola has a y-intercept of negative 4 and a vertex of 4 and negative 20. Drag and drop. Well, this is like ax squared plus bx plus c. So this guy's got to be negative 4. So I'm going to drag and drop the negative 4 to right here. Okay, now, this is my line of symmetry. My line of symmetry's got to be 4. So negative b over 2 times a has to be 4. So here we go. It's got to give me a 4. You can start playing around with numbers. What if I did like a negative, what are we gonna do? Negative 8? So I'm gonna just play. I'm gonna put 8 for b. Negative 8 over 2. I know this has to be 1. So that will give me a negative 4, but I gotta end up with a positive 4. So here's the plan. I want to drop in a negative 8 over 2 times 1, and that will give me 4. So this is my b and this is my a. So I'm going to put 1 in for a, and I'm going to put a negative 8 for x. Okay, now let's see if it does spit out a negative 20. So that will give me a 4. If I plug in 4 here, 4 squared is 16. 16 times 1, so that's a 16. 4 times negative 8 is a negative 32 minus 4. And does that give me a minus 20? Yes, it does. So that's it. It's got to be 1, negative 8, and a negative 4. Last one. Rewrite this in standard form. So x minus 4 squared plus 3. That's going to be x minus 4 times x minus 4 plus 3. X minus 4 times x minus 4 is x squared minus 8x plus 16 plus 3. So it's x squared minus 8x plus 19. So your a is 1, your b is negative 8, your c is 19. There we go, standard form. That is it.